Hello everyone, my name is Natalia and I would like to tell you about one of my projects which I worked on during my training at UPROCK Design School. This is a redesign of e-commerce website CLAE. To start with, let's take a look at the original version of the website. It looks quite standard, as if it was made with a website builder. It doesn't stand out. The structure of the website is also quite standard and familiar to a user, although there are a few problems with the catalog. Since the catalog is divided into multiple categories and collections which overlap, the hierarchy is lost and it's difficult for a user to navigate through it and find a necessary product. Another drawback is inconvenient filtering, which doesn't include filters for all existing categories, which also makes it challenging for a user to search for a product. Besides, systems of accents and spacing are flawed on some pages. So after analyzing the existing website and its issues, I've set the following objectives. The first one is to create design that reflects the brand philosophy, and the second one is to improve the structure and logic of the website to make it more user-friendly. Now let's take a look at the final design concept. I left the color palette unchanged. It's a white background and grayscale accents, a minimalist solution that helps us to focus on the content of the website as much as possible. At the same time, I've decided to put more emphasis on composition in order to differentiate between different types of information, units, cards, as well as to make the website more neat and clean and build a clear hierarchy. I used lines as a design element. Also, large typography was used, which enables a user to quickly browse through the page and find the necessary unit. As a result, such a minimalist and neat design allows us to better reflect the brand concept that revolves around minimalism, sustainability, the refined simplicity of the products, their classic silhouettes, etc. As for the grid, I left the 4-column grid as it is on the current website. Also, the original website has most text blocks aligned in the center, which makes it difficult to read. But the research shows that long text blocks that are left aligned are not only easier and faster to read, but they're also better remembered. Therefore, I changed the central text alignment to the left alignment for better readability and more user-friendly content perception. Next, I'd like to elaborate more on working on the catalog and filtering. As I've mentioned before, the structure of the catalog is quite confusing. All the shoes are divided into men's and women's, and there are several types of categories in each of these sections. But they overlap and include the same products, and the filtering does not reflect this. Therefore, given the fact that the brand produces unisex shoes and the existing men's and women's catalogs are absolutely the same, I thought it would be more reasonable to combine them and make only the division by category. And some special collections are put into a separate section. I also reflected this in the new filters. Regarding the product page, I tried to make it more compact and convenient. Pictures are on the left and product details are on the right. On the current site, the information about the product is presented quite chaotically. Choice of size and color is placed far from each other. Information about sizing, delivery, returns is in a not typical position for a user, and there are several elements that stand out from the overall composition. I put the basic information, which is necessary for making a purchase, above the cart button, and the product description, shipping and return information, and reviews are placed as an accordion below the Add to Cart button. Thus, properly placed accents help a user to quickly find the necessary information and make a purchase. When designing the homepage, the goal was to highlight the units that are most important. The homepage of the current website uses outdated solutions and identical blogs that don't show the premium nature of the brand. Therefore, I decided to display only the essentials. New arrivals, information about brand sustainability, since this is what makes it unique and stand out, a list of all existing categories, and information about the brand. Thus, the main page is concise, understandable to the user, but at the same time not boring thanks to interesting composition. For example, a non-standard text arrangement in a blog about the company or a composition in a sustainability blog. Overall, to achieve the goal the best way possible, I organized my work in the following order. First, I analyzed the current website and conducted a competitive analysis, which led to formulating certain conclusions and suggesting solutions for our project. Competitive analysis showed that the majority of competitors' websites have a pleasant design, although often too standard, but they win due to their popularity, long history, collaborations, etc. So in this project, it was necessary to use the available content as effectively and clearly as possible to show the highest quality of goods, as well as attract users with convenient information, search, and purchasing process. Afterwards, I conducted a visual study where I defined the overall style for the future project. The next step was analyzing and selecting the references which fit the chosen style, with an emphasis on minimalist compositional solutions. And then, based on the references, I designed prototypes for all the pages which were then finalized. Here you can see a case published on Behance, and it's also styled accordingly. I think that all the objectives have been accomplished. The design is clean and concise. It better conveys the brand's message and highlights the brand's quality, simplicity, and minimalism. Also, thanks to improving the structure and logic of the website, it became more convenient in terms of user experience. Thank you for your attention.